Is one class of assets in crypto that start to grow pretty fast and could represent a huge opportunity or a death trap. And I think that would be interesting to study it because we're not learning from our own mistakes. When we check on DeFi Llama, which is a tool to let you know which category of assets is growing, where people are parking their money, we can see the yellow trend, right? The yellow trend is the RWA, real world assets. And because it's crypto, and in crypto we are dorks, we just don't know how to name things simply. We call it RA, which is like, sounds like a lion. When you will mention this at the next Christmas dinner, grandma will be, all right, I hope the inheritance will be big enough because this grandson is dumb. But what are those RA? Well, let's check on DeFi Llama because we can see the total value locked, I mean how much money people left on it or how much they invested in. And for example, the number 4 we can see is Real IT. Real IT is probably one of the most popular one, actually Realty, we should pronounce it. And you can buy property on this and you can see those properties are trash. It's like all in Detra is probably in a neighborhood where there's nobody. So you have to understand, for a house to be sold on the blockchain or in crypto, it means that no one ever wanted to buy it. So at some point they're like, well, let's send it to the people on the blockchain. Some people that have a bunch of money and some people that really want to buy a piece of a house with crypto. So let's give them the opportunity. But it's not the only thing you could do. And now you may think, why am I watching this video? I knew it was a bad idea in the first place. Well, let me show you another example. You could have also tokenized treasuries. Treasuries is money you invest with the government and then they pay you a decent amount today, 5%. In 2 years, 5 years, we don't know. 2 years ago in Europe, if you left money on your bank account, it will lose value. They will actually, plus the inflation, you will have negative interest. That's a crazy thing, but that's why in Europe we can invent so many good things like that. For taxation, we're the best, particularly in France. So Franklin Templeton Benji investment. Those guys, they have a fairly decent amount of money invested in. And we can see that, all right, we have on Stellar, we have on Ethereum protocol, there's 2 different ones. If we check Benji, total different name, Franklin Advertisers, it's an app and then you can invest right with it easily. I guess they did massive advertising to get that much money invested. But honestly, it's not something new. It's something that we can see already on the kind of traditional market with Masterworks that you probably saw on tons of podcasts, where you could buy a fraction of a piece of art. And then of course they say, oh, you're going to make so much money with it. It's good investment. You could same with the wine. Here we can see if we invested with wineinvestment.com, I guess that's an original name. 500K, at the end I would have 800K. If I put like, all right, 8 years, I double my money. And for me, I don't see the point. Okay, you want to invest in wine, but if you invest with this service, for example, you have similar return to the stock market or even a bit less. So is this all a fugazi? Well, I don't know yet. We're going to dig in a bit more because tons of new projects are coming on the blockchain for this. And I think people like to invest in those things. We saw the trend with Pokemon cards, with Rolexes, with wine, and now with art piece, because no one wants to have the same investment as everyone, even if it's just working. If I was telling you, yeah, just hold Bitcoin for 10 years, would be no, that's boring. I want to be active. I want to feel I'm doing something for my investments. Actually, if you subscribe, you may not say that. Talking about Pokemon cards, you can buy cards on Collector. If you want to be sure to never have a girlfriend, those ones are really good to have. It's actually funny because I used to have Pokemon cards when I was young. And then those ones like this in yellow, I thought they were always fake because it was the guys who were coming back from Thailand. Got another one here in Japanese on Magic Eden. And you can buy it for 0.07 Ethereum. Total minted, okay, 41%. Interesting. And now there is this big project called Tangible DAO, real USD, real estate, real yield. Everyone want real, like Bitcoin is not real enough, or what? I don't know. Real yield from transparent sources. Okay, cool. You can have houses. I think they do wine as well. We get TNFTs, wine, gold bar, watches, real estate. Now, what those guys did is that, well, they printed their own money. Because why using someone else's money? You can print your own money. It's a lot better. They printed their stablecoin USDR, and let's see if it's that stable. It was, until it was not, and it crashed. So it went from $1 to all today 50 cents. And now the question is, people who invested with those projects, like, how can they have a good return with it? So the goal behind all that, those real world assets, is to bridge the gap between blockchain and the physical world. And then they say, yeah, because real estate is super illiquid and is take time to buy, is hard, when if we put it on the blockchain, we can exchange it fast enough. The thing is, that's my opinion, but some investments, what we don't like about them is the good thing about them. A piece of real estate, you know you're going to keep it for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. A crypto, you're not going to keep it that long. I mean, some of us will, but we don't have the proof yet. So that's the thing. When we try to make something that is supposed to be illiquid, liquid, then all the emotions act up and it goes up and down pretty fast. Now, I agree that real estate could be tokenized, but then should we have it as something super liquid? Because, for example, when you buy a house, you need to go to an office to register the house. They register on paper. It costs a fortune. It takes time. And it's not an open book. So there's pros and cons. But honestly, I think, again, in crypto, we're just going after the wrong thing. However, for the treasury bonds, it can be interesting if you don't have an account that lets you buy treasury bonds and you don't know how to figure it out. Or secondly, if you're not a US citizen. But otherwise, you're just adding up a layer of risk by growing with an intermediaries. I don't see why we do this. That's why we invented Tinder. It's a direct marketplace. Swipe right, left, right, right. You get it and you talk directly. There's no in between. So maybe we're going to tokenize dating one day. That would be good for me. But for now, if you want to check like actually how to make money in crypto and in business and works in, I have a framework that works in pretty much every sector. You should just watch this video because that's going to be interesting for you. Let me know what you think in the comment. Of course, I will be there. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I see you on the next one. Ciao.